And then out of nowhere, you just kept on seeing people coming.
They looked like zombies coming through the fog, and you knew that those were human beings.
Don't leave us. Please don't leave us here. Take us.
Let's go.
I thought I was watching a movie, Towering Inferno at first. And then I looked real close, and I noticed it was the World Trade Center. I was compelled because I'm a type of person that can't stand by and watch other people suffer. And to me, they were suffering. They wanted to get off the island. And there was no way for them to get off the island other than the water. And I had noticed when I was watching the television, I saw a lot of, the ferries going up into the slips and taking people off. I said, fine, we could do the same thing. I could take people on my boat, get in there, take them where they have to go. And that's what we did.
I feel like people tend to forget that after what happened at 9/11, the aftermath, people that went through it, oh my God. So I'm not too sure about the geography, so I'm guessing there's a massive river called the Hudson that they had to transfer people from, people trying to get away after the event. It's just so scary that happened. Is it 24 years ago now? That's so scary. Wow, let's go.
On the morning of September 11th, when the towers came down, millions of people ran for safety. Hundreds of thousands of them ran south to the water's edge. That's when they realized that Manhattan is indeed an island and that they were trapped.
They were feeling helpless, and that's the worst feeling in the world. What was a person on the ground going to do? Buildings were down. There were people laying under the rubble of the building. Firemen, civilians. My wife was there, and I turned around. I says, I've got to go do something. Just like that. And she looked at me. She says, what are you going to do, you maniac? I says, I'm going to take the amberjack up into the city and help. She says, but what if they're attacked again? I says, well, then that's something I have to live with. I says, I have to do what I have to do. I says, and nobody can stop me right now. Even if I save one person or I rescue one person, that's one person less that will suffer and die.
People like this, I'm not sure about you. I'll do the exact same. I don't care. I've said this in the past. I'm not scared of death. My biggest fear is not achieving something in this life. Coming to this life, like the biggest thing you can win is just being born, in my opinion. Gain a chance of life. You're here, make an impact. Bro, you're telling me the kids, the women, the men, I don't care. I think you save some lives. Wow. So Manhattan, it's an island. That's what I'm getting. And the World Trade Center is in Manhattan. Again, I'm so sorry. I don't know the geography. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm not going to pretend to know. I don't know. So to get to Manhattan, you have to get on a boat. You have to cross a river, I'm guessing. It's so crazy because people don't know, is there going to be another plane coming? Because when the first plane happened, people were shocked, obviously. Then the second plane, I'll be scared. Like, I don't care who you are. You'll be like, I feel like I'll be more scared of, is my wife okay? Is my kids okay? My brothers, my sisters, my aunties, my cousins. Your mind will be going crazy. I'm sure that people still having PTSD till today. That's mad. Wow.
I rescue one person, that's one person less that will suffer and die.
They were trying to evacuate Manhattan because nobody knew what was going on. You didn't know if something else was going to happen. It was just, a madness on one side and wanting to help people on the other side.
They were just streaming out of the buildings. And the first mode of transportation they saw was a ferry boat. That's when they knew, this is how I'm getting out of here. So they didn't even care where the boat was going.
There wasn't panic in New York in the beginning, just volume. It wasn't until the first building fell that there was panic.
You heard the building go down, but we're in the slip, so we can't see it. That's when we started letting go, and then all of a sudden, engulfed. You couldn't see anything.
People were actually jumping into the river and swimming out of Manhattan. Boats were very nearly running them over.
Wait. These people wanted out of Manhattan no matter any way they could.
Somebody wants you to go over there.
Every mode of transportation out of Manhattan was shut down. All the subways were shut. The tunnels were all closed. They closed the bridges. They closed everything immediately.
Boats, usually an afterthought in most New Yorkers' minds, were for the first time in over a century the only way in or out of Lower Manhattan.
We're going to start evacuating people. Anybody can get over here, we're going to evacuate them.
So you can get boats, you can drive through the bridges, but obviously now they're closed down. After what happened, okay, that makes a lot of sense. So the only way everyone can get out is by water. That makes a lot of sense.
The process actually had already started. There were some boats that were grabbing people, that people were lined up at the walls.
On the left.
It's just human nature. You see people in distress on the seawall in Manhattan begging you to pick them up. You have to pick them up.
They didn't know what was going on. They seen the building getting hit with these two planes. As far as they was concerned, we were being bombed. I was wondering if they were going to come on the boat, if they had people with bombs, or if they were going to come on. We're a big orange target in the middle of that harbor. My job is to keep the boat safe, my passengers safe, my crew safe.
Everybody was in shock, running around. They didn't want to leave their families. They had loved ones running around the city.
Anybody has a baby? Nobody has it.
There was one guy ran from the apron and jumped onto the boat. He grabbed onto the metal, climbed up right next to the pilot. So I'm going out there to say something. He slides down to the next deck. So the deckhands get him and go, what are you doing? He goes, I'm jumping for my life. So, you couldn't argue with him there.
There was a small boat that was at the lower tip of Manhattan. I thought the boat was going to flip over because so many people were trying to get on. And as I looked behind, they were just 10 deep. And that's kind of what gave us the idea.
We decided that this has to get better organized and we better do it, and that's what we did.
So we decided to make the call on the radio. All available boats. This is the United States Coast Guard aboard the pilot boat in New York. Anyone want to help with the evacuation of Lower Manhattan, report to Governor's Island.
When that call came on the radio, they were coming.
I was uncertain of who was going to respond. About 15, 20 minutes later, there are just boats all across the horizon.
Literally 100 targets converging on the lower part of Manhattan.
When we came out of that dust cloud, tugboats, I'd never seen so many tugboats all at once.
There was just like a fleet of tugboats headed to Manhattan.
So this is why I can't wait to visit. People say to me, be careful if you travel to the United States. We go to, bro, Americans are so happy to help you, in my opinion. Like, I've met some Americans in my travels around Europe. They're the most nicest people. They want to help. Like, sometimes people are like, oh, they might be arrogant. No, in my opinion, people that I've met, if they can't help you, they will help you. Look at that, people. So it doesn't matter. As long as you got a boat, come down, and everyone started coming down. How lovely is that? Coming together as one. I don't think that's what that matters. Knowing that people have your back. Regardless if you know me or not, you got my back. That's beautiful to see.
If it floated and it could get there, it got there. All different size, shapes, and forms. And they were zooming across this water.
Ferries, private boats, party boats.
I worked on the water for 28 years. I've never seen that many boats come together at one time that fast. One radio call and it just came together just that fast.
Hundreds of boats converged on the city, leaving the sun-bathed harbor behind them. Dead ahead, the unknown.
That was something I won't forget. It was just low, dark, acrid, black smoke. It's like there was a big chimney in Manhattan. When we pulled into Pier 11, the dust was unbelievable.
And then out of nowhere, you just kept on seeing people coming.
They looked like zombies coming through the fog, and you knew that those were human beings.
Don't leave us. Please don't leave us here. Take us. At that point, the Coast Guard said, not how many people are you allowed, how many people can you fit?
Come on, guys. Anybody coming? Get your ass over here now. Now. Come on.
Boats started hanging, literally would take a bedsheet off a bunk and then a can of spray paint and paint their destination on.
Some of these people never been in the water, never been on a boat before.
Housewives, workers that do windows. We had executives. And the thing that was the best, everyone helped everyone.
I want you to hold my hand. Come on board. Get inside. One at a time. Get inside.
I saw 4 businessmen lifting up an old woman with a seeing eye dog, a German Shepherd, and they lifted her up like a surfboard and passed her over the handrails.
When we would carry a load of people over, and there was somebody standing there that seen their husband or wife, you know, that made us feel even better, you know. Well, at least we got 2 back together, you know. Just keep on going, you know.
The guy that works at the ferry, he's a welder. His son was on my boat. He actually came up. He thanked me.
We went back and forth all day long, carrying boatloads, as many as our boat would hold. And it's a lot of people. A lot of people.
You couldn't have planned nothing to happen that fast, that quick.
No training. This was just people doing what they had to do that day.
You forget all about what you're supposed to do, what they teach you in school, and you say, you know what? Morally, this is the right way to go, and deep down, this is what I'm gonna do.
Average people, they stepped up, and when they needed to, they showed me, you know, when the American people need to come together and pull together, they will do it.
I do feel a way honored that I was a part of it.
It was the greatest thing I ever did with my life.
The greatest day that I've ever seen in all my boating, I mean, my life on the water.
This will give you chills, man. You must be some evil, having no soul person if you're not feeling chills right now. Oh, sorry, maybe you're not used to that kind of stuff. Wow, look what they're saying. It's the best day of their life because you know you're saving lives. You're bringing wife back to their husband, husband back to their wife, kids back to their parents. You're carrying people that they've probably lost a friend, a co-worker, an animal. It's the unknown. There's just so many things that would have been going on. And just knowing that I get to escape this right now. I don't want to be, oh my God, that must have been something. The fear in people's eyes. Wow. 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 Again, let me know. What was your experience? If you had like, you know, friends, family, how did that day go for you? Because I was young then. I was born in 94, so I was 7 when this happened. So I just remember hearing, I just remember having people that around me that older, just being a bit sad. Sad. And watching TV all day. Noticing that week, people were just serious. Like around the world, people were just serious that week. We're just watching TV. CNN, BBC, or whatever. That was on TV the whole time. But imagine being in that state, being in Manhattan when it happened. Wow, the PTSD. Crazy.
The Great Boat Lift of 9/11 became the largest sea evacuation in history. Larger than the evacuation of Dunkirk in World War II, where 339,000 British and French soldiers were rescued over the course of 9 days. On 9/11, nearly 500,000 civilians were rescued from Manhattan by boat. It took less than 9 hours.
I believe somebody has a little hero in them. You gotta look in, and it's in there. It'll come out, if need to be.
I have one theory in life. I never want to say the word I should have. If I do it and I...
Oh my God. That's what I live. Oh my God. Ask anyone that knows me. I love taking risks. My biggest fear is being in my late 80s, 90s and saying to myself, I wish I'm not doing that to my life. You gotta grab your life by the, sorry about my language, by the balls. It's your life. You gotta grab it. Take risks. The things I've been through. I'm gonna tell you guys, I feel like over the next few months, weeks, years, I'm gonna tell you guys some amazing stories that I've encountered by just taking risks. Like one of the things that sticks to my mind that I'm so glad that I went through was one of the first time I started exploring Scotland. Now I spoke about Scotland. I'm gonna put a link. Let me know if you guys want to see my vlog channel. I'm always in Scotland exploring amazing Scotland. One of my first trips to Scotland, I went to an island, yeah. And picture this, I forgot to bring my shower gel and everything. I don't know why, because I thought I was gonna be able to get in a local shop. But obviously the shop in the village in the island I was at, they were closed early. And the next house from my Airbnb was like 10 minutes walk. So I was just walking around trying to find any place to get a shower gel. And I found this little tiny house up the hill. I went up the hill, and from the window, I saw this older couple, and they were looking out the window, and then they came to the front. They were like in the late 80s, early 90s, and they were the most amazing people. What did they do? They welcomed me. They weren't scared of me. They were like, oh, look at this black guy. They were just the nicest people, and I spoke to them for like half an hour. They gave me soap. They gave me some. They're like, do you need some water? They were the nicest. They didn't even know me. Like they were so, like. Just imagine elderly couple in the late 80s, early 90s. And that's when that happened to me. I'm like, I remember for weeks, I just kept thinking about it. Like, that's the kind of things I want to, like, I want to be able to do that to people. Like, believe in humanity. People are so nice. Things like that make you think about how nice people are. Life is so nice. Grab it. Enjoy life. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised. Live your best life today. Live your best life today. Live today like there's no tomorrow. Enjoy life. Tell your parents you love them. Tell your kids. If you want to forgive them. If you want to forgive them, forget about them. Don't be doing half and half. Don't go back to that toxic ex that keeps making you sad. That when you're with them, they make you sad. Why would you do that to yourself? That friend that always make you feel guilty for living your best life. Why would you go back? Why would you want that person in your life that you can't feel you can't be yourself when you're around them? I'm sorry for rambling, but like I said, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I just like, saying as it is, just expressing myself. Let's continue. I'll talk about, I think it's Tom Hanks that's narrate. The voice of Tom Hanks is spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. This has been unbelievable.
Fail, I tried. If I do it and I fail, I tried. If I do it and I succeed, better for me. And I tell my children the same thing. Never go through life saying you should have. If you want to do something, you do it.
Do it, man. Do it. That's it. Do it. Live your life. I can't wait to come to the United States. I remember when I first started telling people that I'm going to be exploring Europe. I'm going to be doing everything. People are like, what are you saying? Over the last year, I've been to Poland. I've been to Denmark. I've been to Hungary. I've been to Switzerland. I've been to Scotland like 50 times. I'm planning to go to the United States. I'm going to Spain in 4 weeks. I'm going to Ibiza with my mates. I'm going to Turkey with my girlfriend. I'm planning to go to Jamaica. I'm living my life. I'm not going to say I wish. No. I'm going to come to... I'm not going to be the touristy, go to New York City. I'm going to be going to Alabama, Oklahoma, Maine, New England, Colorado, go to the Rapids, go to the Everglades in Florida. I'm not saying I wish. No. Go to just enjoy life. I might die doing it, but at least I took that risk. I hope I don't die. But yeah, at least you take a risk. Enjoy it. Thank you guys so much because I enjoy this. Look at me sweating. Sorry. I just enjoy life, man. Comment down below if you guys enjoy this kind of stuff. Push the notification button. I'll keep trying to post as much as I can. And thank you so much for your support. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.